Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In this video we're going to talk about verbs with two objects. Okay, so the topic a little bit more explained would be word order after verbs with two objects. So when I say two objects, I mean the direct object and the indirect object, right? So the first one, the direct object, refers to the person or thing that the verb directly affects. The indirect object is usually a person or a thing that receives or is affected by the direct object. So here we go again. When we have a sentence, we usually have a doer of the action, and a verb. The action that the doer is performing. Now, the direct object then would be the person or the thing that receives or is affected by the verb. And the indirect object would be another person or thing that receives or is affected by the direct object, not by the verb. We have previously learned about this in English and in Spanish class. Okay, so we have two different forms. The first one would be verb plus the indirect object plus the direct object. So in this case, in this form, the indirect object comes directly before the direct object. As in the example, I never give them money. So the doer is I. The verb is give. What is the thing that I give? Well, money. To whom? To them. So give is my verb, and it is followed by the indirect object and then the direct object. Why is money the direct object? Because that is the thing that I am giving. To whom? To them. So I never give them money. Or I made his mother something. The verb is made. What did I make? Well, something. Well, to whom? To his mother. I made his mother something. So now, this is a common pattern in conversation. This is how we usually talk. Now, the second form, it's a verb plus direct object plus prepositional phrase. The indirect object is preceded by a preposition. So the prepositional phrase, right? For example, I never give money to them. I made something for his mother. So instead of saying I never give them the money, I will go I never give money to them. So I'm not placing the indirect object after the verb anymore. I'm placing the direct object after the verb and then a prepositional phrase for the indirect object. This is the same previous example as well, just in the other form. I never give money to them, or I made something for his mother. Now, a couple of helpful tips. This pattern is used when the direct object is it or them. For example, she lent it to a friend. So I have verb, direct object, prepositional phrase. She lent it to a friend. A common error is to use to rather than for with the verb by. For example, I bought a gift for my sister, not to my sister. Try to make it as short as I could and as clear as I could. Remember that if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments, or you know where to find me. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.